Did you ever stroll the street over part of the lawn out where the clouds moan? Did you ever hit the echo of a shooting star like a cowboy picking on the steel guitar? Punching cattle, spreading saddles, got a worldwide crowd along. Now, folks, it's my very great pleasure to introduce to you a citizen gentleman that I know you're all going to grow up to love and respect. Commercial long hair Jim Cartwright.
We want to introduce to you somebody who's important to our tale. Fresh from the dusty trail of a bandit or two. But that's how we grew into a living legend. We won't be forgetting for a long time to come. Cowboys with strong their guitars and hung on tune. And the word of his fame will spread like a flame. And from the band of long-haired Jim Court right into you.
The longest day, and I must confess you'd be insane to wrestle with me. That's when he'd be as he is your martial man.
He's the marshal of Fort Worth.
Jim Cartwright! Long-haired Jim Cartwright! Timothy Isaiah! Long-haired Jim Cartwright!
That's right, cowboy.
It gets so peaceful in town when he comes around. And
I don't want the trouble out of you.
You understand me, sawdall Sally?
I reckon so!
Yeah, you all understand me too?
Yes, sir.
That's right. All right, push up. Now, let's get on with the actual, factual, historical beginnings of our peace-loving, land-grubbing, town full of fun-loving cowfolk. Y'all ready to ride?
Ready to ride, Jim!
Well, then here we go!
in the early days before something, there was nothing. Nothing but a bunch of wildness.
things along. Of course, Fort Worth was known as Camp Worth back then.
Camp Worth?
Camp Worth. Major Ripley Allen Arnold named it after his superior officer, General William Jenkins Worth.
General Worth!
That's right. Push up. Now, it weren't till after the flood that Camp Worth was turned into Fort Worth.
After the flood? What flood?
The Trinity River flood. Why, one day that old river swelled up so big it split its bridges and overflowed and flooded the camp. That's when Major Arnold decided to move his camp to the top of the bluff. And so he did. Well, after that, the Army officially changed Camp Worth into Fort Worth. Well, now you see, the bluff overlooking the river was a darn good place for an Army fort to be.
Guys, you can see what's going on out there in Indian territory, out where the West begins.
That's right. All right, push up. Well, now you see, the Indians had promised to stay west of a line that run right through this here part of the country. That's how Fort Worth comes to be known as the place where the West begins. Hold on there! You can't come charging in here like no long-armed cow. What's the big idea?
Oh, I seek refuge from Towas and his warriors. They want to kill me.
But you an Injun?
I am of a different tribe. They are Caddo and Comanche. I am Tonkawa.
How many you reckon they are?
500.
500!
It was 600.
600!
Maybe more.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, maybe more? How many more?
About that many. The meaning of this here outrage.
We'd better surrender the Tonkawa or we are going to attack Fort Worth.
We ain't surrendering nothing to nobody.
Uh-oh. Then we're going to attack Fort Worth.
Then come on ahead.
Home to Fort Worth, hope you're feeling fine. Pray you'll stay forever and take a lovely shine to Fort Worth. Taking a shine or two for you. Howdy-do. So won't you pull yourself together and let Fort Worth shine on through. Howdy-do. Howdy-do.
Well, sometime after that, lots of folks start taking a shine to old Fort Worth. Of course, most of them settled on homesteads near the fort, but some of them, like the major's wife and kids, come right on inside the fort and made themselves the home.
Way up from home to Fort Worth, hope you're feeling fine. Pray you'll stay forever and take a lovely shine to Fort Worth. Can't get a shine or two for you. Howdy-do. Now won't you pull yourself together and let Fort Worth shine on through. Howdy-do. 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 Howdy-do.
Lots of new folks gathered around the old fort tonight. And it looks like an old mama hen and nesting her baby safe and snug under those soft old wings. Kind of makes you wonder where all these new citizen gentlemen come from, don't it? And what brought them here. I reckon some of them left something mighty special coming way out here, out where the West begins. then I reckon it was something mighty special in Brooklyn. And so they come on, and nobody can really answer why.
As far as the wild goose flies into the unknown skies, as long as the deed is done, sailors and gentlemen will come dancing to the sound of a fiddle and drum. And the lessons that we will learn as we follow the long soldier, and the stories of where they've been, sailors and gentlemen will stay and walk for the love of your grandchildren. Wagons cross the prairie, up in Saloon, well, the pioneer supposed to keep his spirit high. He carries on the stars of heaven, reflecting around in the eyes of his dream. As far as the wild goose flies into the unknown skies, as long as the deed is done, sailors and gentlemen will come dancing to the sound of a fiddle and drum.
Well, most of them come to make new lives for themselves and their families. Some of them come and some of them go, but many of them stayed around. Because they could see that something special they was looking for, a shining like a mirage in the moonlight through the wooden beams of old Fort Worth. But you know, change is a fact of life. I ain't talking about the change I got jingle jangling around here in my pocket. Now, I'm talking about the way things change. Well, see, I'm a lawman. I got to believe in the law of change. And ain't it funny how things change so fast? Seems how a fella just gets settled down into something when all of a sudden the sun comes up next morning and everything's changed. Well, that's where everyone felt around old Fort Worth when they waked up one morning to find that the frontier had moved almost 100 miles westward. And the army was pulling out and moving on to Fort Bell now.
On the banks of the Trinity, where the clear in the west forks run. On the banks of the Trinity, where the waters rush into one.
Well, the old fort was abandoned to the settlers, but that's when they really began to pull themselves together and settle in.
Hey there, buddy! What say, Billy? What say we move our cart on these ugly bones into the fort, buddy? Yeah! Maybe set up a business, Billy! We'll go and do this partners, buddy! It's a deal, Billy! Shake on it, buddy! Yeah!
Well, Archibald Leonard and Henry Daggett figured they should open up a mercantile store. John Peter Smith hitched in from out of Dallas and opened up the schoolhouse door. When CMP saw the town
seeing about between Fort Worth and some of the other towns around. One interesting story I recall tells how the Terry family first come into Texas and spent the night in Dallas. And the Dallas people say,
Injuns will scalp you if you go to Fort Worth.
and Miss Terry say,
Well, I'd just as soon be scalped by Indians as stay here and be eaten alive by mosquitoes. Besides, if wild Indians were 30 miles away, you wouldn't be here.
so the next morning the Terry family left Dallas and a few days later settled into old Fort Worth.
You all know there's still friendly rivalry between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Well, Fort Worth had a little tangle of trouble going on about that time with Birdville, too. Birdville? Yeah, Birdville. Well, you see, Birdville was at that time the county seat. Well, now, I know y'all know what that means, but seeing as I represent the law, I'm going to take the liberty of explaining it to you in case there's one or two of you out there that don't know what in the world I'm talking about. Well, now you see the county seat's like a... The county seat is a town or city in the center, I say the smack dab center of a county government. You got that? Got it! That's right. All right, push up!
But why is it called the county seat?
What's about you gal? Don't you know nothing?
No. Why is it called the county seat?
Oh, because of the... Now look here, why don't you just read it for yourself?
Oh, I can't read.
Well, you'd better learn how, because things is changing fast, and one of these days you're going to need to know.
Well, let me have
You ain't reading nothing! Give me my book. Dirty cowboys are snatching at my book. This here book's important. You understand me? We understand. That's right. Up. Up. I'm going to tell you. It's called the county seat because I represent the government and I'm sitting on it. That answer your darn fool question?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then let's get on with it. Well, you see, at that time, Birdville had the county seat, named after General Edward H. Tarrant, an old Indian fighter. Now, those Fort Worth folks wanted that county seat awful bad, because if they had it, more business come to town, more folks come to town, Fort Worth would really begin to grow. That's why the county seat was such a big deal to everybody concerned. Come on! Fort Worth done won the election and promptly set about the business of selecting a proper piece of property upon which to build themselves the what? Terrace County Courthouse. Oh, now, we don't want y'all to misunderstand now. We ain't trying to get you to believe that folks back in those days was always just a singing and a dancing and a jumping around. No, sirree, Bob. Those folks had some mighty hard growing pains to live through. But in between those growing pains and the lack of rain, Old Tarrant County Rose was beginning to blossom into a right pretty blue.
Out where the west begins to cut into a cowboy's very soul. Out where the wind begins to wet the rotten canvas from the door. Out where the ladies raise babies and everybody knows they'll grow up stronger than an onion, smelling like Tarrant County rose.
Spend the night in Steele's Tavern, cozy as a powder puff. Meet the morning, greet the dawn, enjoy
look out, Fluff, look out, Fluff, look out, cowboy.
Tender hide and ride a stagecoach, go to Dallas on a dare. Better build it to the West Coast or St. Louis or anywhere, anywhere. The stage will take you anywhere.
Out where the West begins to climb into the cowboys never show. Out where the wind begins to rip the rotten canvas from the floor. Out where the ladies raise the babies and everybody knows. They'll grow up stronger than an onion, smiling like Terran County Road.
Skin the hat and pet the dog. Be careful now, I think he's mad. Swat the fly and get the frog and fluffing on a lily pad. Lily pad, froggy fluffing on lily pad.
Bait a string and catch crawfish, listen to the longhorns moo. Poke around the new post office by stamp and lick the glue. Lick the glue, go ahead, lick the glue.
Out where the West begins to climb into the cowboys never show. Out where the wind begins to rip the rotten canvas from the floor. Out where the ladies raise the babies and everybody knows. They'll grow up stronger than an onion, smiling like Terran County roads.
Finally comes first newspaper. Open up the boardwalk sheet. Read the right with great displeasure. Crying to your handkerchief. Handkerchief, crying to your handkerchief.
It seems the trees we had of glory somehow growed a bit bizarre. The awful truth behind the story was the bloody Civil War. Civil War, hang the bloody Civil War. Civil War, hang that bloody Civil War. There was hatred, there was killing, and all the names stood men at home. But there were some folks tough and willing, trying to even up the score. Out where the West begins to cut into a cowboy's very soul. Out where the wind begins to cut the rotten canvas from the Out where the ladies raise the babies and everybody knows. They'll grow up stronger than an onion, and smelling like a Tarrant County road.
I reckon that old Tarrant County road looks a mite wilted after them danged old Civil War days. But then I expect everybody's garden felt the scorching wind of that raging wildfire war. Tarrant County's population dropped from somewhere around 6,000 folks down to something like 1,000. And in old Fort Worth, courthouse and all, fell smack dab on his county seat. Down to something like 250 folks. Well, now, you know, change is a fact of life. And I ain't talking about the change I got jingle jangling around here in my pocket. No, I'm talking about the way. Oh, well. Let us tell you how things was around here after the Civil War.
Work on the courthouse stopped. Lots of permanent plans were dropped. The schools had to close. Mail service was slow. The Waxahachie on the horse's back was at the end of the Civil War. To keep from disappearing like a dinosaur, folks had to share in order to bear the burden of the railroad track. We're talking about reconstruction, increased production, rebuild the chicken shack. We need frontline backers, no roads, bushwhackers, walking backers with the county sack. The lonely hot club leaders, no tea leaf readers at the final curve. We need the blood of Jesus to shove and lead us from the whistling waterfall. Over our tracks, run working to the serpent's trail. Down to hear the old trophy of the holy well. Drive this light to see the land.
Well, Fort Worth soon learned that Reconstruction was a rocky road to recovery. But some of the town's fine citizen gentlemen, including the illustrious Major K.M. Van Zandt, John Peter Smith, Ian Daggett, Thomas J. Jennings, and oh lordy, just a whole bunch more that... Anyway, the important thing to remember is the fact that all these fellers held the same dream in their head for Fort Worth. They all knew down in their hearts that they could hear the singing of something special. Well, maybe it was the sound of cowboys rounding up strays from a grazing herd, or maybe was more likely the clickety-clack of a train reeling heavy across Texas rails. Or whatever that dream was, they believed in it. They believed in it enough to ride it out till the ride was through. And I reckon all of them overpaid their Fort Worth dues.
Now that I've learned enough to make me realize the possibilities to be found, I'm gonna pitch my cot here, past the lot here, and growing up with the town. And though the going is rough, cause reconstruction stuff, you know you can't keep a cowboy down. Well, if this is the frontier, then I ain't to stay here, growing up near the town. But it's the fate of persistence to break out in blisters, recreating a rawhide ground. Well, this kid's just a youngster, but mean as a monster, we're growing up with the town. Let's tie the tail of the twister and laugh in your whiskers as you swallow your sweat and drown. But dream and remember how life came and went, we were growing up in the town. And at the
one morning, they found themselves in the middle of what must have seemed like hundreds and hundreds of bawling, squalling, longhorn cattle. Well, that's when Fort Worth come to be known by what some of us older folks around here remember and still refer to as Cowtown.
But why'd they call it Cowtown, Marshall?
Well, because there's so many cows in town at the time, I reckon.
But why?
One move. Because Fort Worth was at that time the last outpost of civilization before driving the herds off to the railroad.
Reconstruction, 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 Reconstruction.
You see, those were the days of the cattle drive. Well, after the Civil War, folks up north were hungry for Texas beef. But the poor old cowman, he didn't have no way to get his cows to market, so he had to drive them up the market on the overland trail. Till one morning, as usual, things started happening mighty fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, having just received the news we've all been waiting for, I beg your attention, please. Now, this writing was written by Colonel Thomas A. Scott, President of the Texas and Pacific Railroad. Says, dear sir, I want 320 acres of land south of town, stretching from the West Fork on the east to the Clear Fork on the west. In consideration of this, I will proceed to build as rapidly as possible the Texas and Pacific Railroad to your town.
Marshall, what's everybody so excited about?
Railroad's coming to town, Sally.
So, what does that mean?
Oh, I mean, those Tarrant County roads gonna blossom full bloom pretty soon.
What you mean by that?
Oh, that's just a fancy way of saying that railroad's gonna bring new business to town.
What kind of business?
Oh, I never seen nobody can ask so many questions in all my... Now, according to this here special black book of mine, it says, oh, my stars.
Oh, my stars!
Why, it says here that lots of folks are getting all worked up over nothing. Because the panic of 1873 is going to hit us, work on the railroad's going to stop, and Tarrant County's population's going to take a great big fall.
Reconstruction, 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 Reconstruction.
So, what are we gonna do? Just give it up without scramble?
No!
Are we gonna lose it all because of some fool fumble?
No!
Ain't there something somebody can do to make them train wheels rumble?
We can finish that railroad ourselves.
Now hold on a minute. We ain't got time to finish that railroad. If those tracks ain't laid before the legislature adjourns, Fort Worth's gonna become just another little bitty town on the side of a dusty road.
Well, I ain't gonna see no part of me end up on the side of the road like a squash skunk or something. Because I'm aiming to be queen of the prairie. How much time we got left?
We ain't got time for no questions. We got us a railroad to build. Come on, let's go.
Reconstruction, 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 Reconstruction. We're talking about Reconstruction, increased production, to rebuild the chicken shack. We need crop pine backers, no rose bush whack, stop the track, set the gully sack. The lonely heart club leaders, no tea leaf readers, and the wide open call. We need the love of Jesus to shove and lead us from the weeds and and though our tracks run good, at the serpent's day, we long to live the old smoking locomotive. That's right, better. Change for the worse. Change is a blessing. Change is a curse. Pardon my pleasure. Pardon my thirst. Begging your pardon. Something diverse.
Ain't it funny how things change? Seems how a feller just gets settled down into something when all of a sudden the sun comes up next morning and everything's changed. Well, the fact of the matter is, after the railroad come to town, Fort Worth come to mean different things to different kinds of folks. You and I know how different kinds can be. Yeah, you follow me? Oh, well, take for instance this here place we're sitting in. Now this is a certain style of place for certain style of folks. Remind me of old Hale's Half Acre, as it comes to be called back in those days. Yes, sir. Cowtown has a lot to offer the thirsty traveler in the way of trails and recreation. Wow! Why, he gathered together the nastiest, dirtiest, filthiest, ugliest bunch ever worked the West. Blackjack, catch him! Deep Charlie Heights. Madam Sins and her female minstrels offer up that Paris sensation, the
Did you ever stroll the streets of Fort Worth? I said, did you ever stroll the streets of Fort Worth alone? And where the crowds smoke? Did you ever hear the echo of a shooting star like a
Fear no evil.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm a mean green praying machine. I got my sights set on you. I've been drawn to big Saloon, wearing tailor-made suits, standing alone in the middle of 100,000 destitute places. I search for the right oasis like a blind pioneer. Cowboys, can you hear? You'd better fall down on your knees, cause you're hard up to please the Lord and get to praying. Well, I wasn't causing even the ripple, not a sickle or a splash. All the sun was stinging, it'll make me break out in a rational fashion. And give me the power and the passion to go on persevere. Cowgirls, can you hear? You better fall down on your knees, cause you're hard to please the Lord and get to praying. I was the most knocked down, run around Judah preacher in this low down Cowtown world. The most knocked out, run around Judah preacher till my forward dreams were referred. I'm here in the midst of a sinful city where nobody gives a hoot. I said, God, give me strength, give me morning glory, God, give my sins the boot. Well, I poured out my soul like a troubled woman. Said I came back to the food. I said I'd do anything to help me change my story. God, give my sins the boot. Well, I knew in my soul something had to give, like a bull rushing down a chute. I lifted my hands and a vow to live, and God, give my sins the boot. Get around, children. Discouraging words that are seldom ever good. Natural emotions just off the seat of your pants. Come on, step out of your trance, child. Here come tomorrow. Yes, here come tomorrow. Here come tomorrow. Here come tomorrow. Here come tomorrow. Yes, here come tomorrow. Howdy do.
Howdy, Reverend. What can we do for you?
Well, you better turn it around, cowboy, and ask yourself that question. Say out. Reverend J. Frank Norris, what can you do for me? And I'll come to you. And I'll look at you eye to eye. And face to face. Like a man. And I'll say, cowboy, do you know why Dallas beat Fort Worth in baseball? Dallas beat Fort Worth because Dallas was better prepared for the game. You had better get prepared for the game of life.
Now, hold on a minute.
What you want, cowboy?
Well, first off, stop calling me that.
What's that, cowboy?
Cowboy? I ain't no cowboy. I represent the law.
Oh, so you're the marshal of this city.
That's right.
I thought you were somebody special. The moment I laid eyes on that silver star of yours, shimmering off the side of that upturned bottle there.
Now looky here, preacher. I don't know what business you reckon you got around here, but I hope you ain't come looking for trouble. Know what I mean?
Looking for trouble. Why, no, Marshal, I hardly think so. I am not looking for trouble. I'm looking at trouble. I'm looking around here and I'm seeing a bunch of wildness. And it's going to have to simmer down before this old Cowtown can raise itself up and walk full-faced into the future. Here comes the mother.
Now what did you mean by here come tomorrow, preacher?
I mean, here it comes. And there it comes.
Sounds like a riddle to me. Now, according to this here special black book of mine...
Yeah, what's it say, Marshal?
Why, it don't say nothing. The last page is blank. There ain't nothing written on it.
That's because you come to the end of the book, Marshal.
What do you mean?
Simply this. That book of yours is a history book. We've now reached ourselves a point in history where yesterday somehow fades into today. We got ourselves some important decisions to be made tonight. Oh, yes, now. Tomorrow is coming. And it's coming fast. So fast, in fact, that it won't be long before tomorrow is today. Today is yesterday. And yesterday is gone. Gone. All except for a flock of memories fleeting past your mind's eye like a wedge of deep flying south. Then where you gonna be? Sitting in some stinking saloon, rambling your lives away. Well, you better think twice about that, cowboys, because tomorrow is swooping down right at the end of the day. And if you don't straighten up and latch on to the tail of tomorrow, you're gonna find yourself getting all rolled up into yesterday. Now, what I'm talking about is a cleanup campaign for the sake of the future. Yeah! I'm talking about the downfall of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah! I'm talking about the return of the prodigal cowboy. Yeah! I'm talking about the 10 biggest devils in your town and having all their records shown.
Yeah! I wouldn't go that far.
I'm ready to sang it out.
No.
Ready to spill the beans.
No.
Ready to expose every skeleton in every closet in Cowtown.
Now, you just hush up and sit down a minute. Now, we all know that Cowtown ain't perfect. No more, no less than the other town. Therefore, I know there's got to be more to our future than just the smell of dirty laundry. Oh, I mean, after all, underneath it all, we ain't so bad. This town's just like a young and grown up wise. Oh, sure. We got some rotten apples in our barrel. But we got some good ones, too. And we got more good ones that cropping up every day.
That's right.
Lord, right.
Hush up. Now, there ain't gonna be no time at all till old Tarrant County Road blossom full bloom.
Then she'll be queen of the prairie. Imagine that.
Yes. Try to imagine what she'll be like in the later days, after nothing turns into something.
Oh, do you reckon there'll be a bunch of progress?
I reckon. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm sure of it.
Shit, how can you be so positive sure of something like that? You ain't no fortune teller.
No, I ain't. But I got my ways and means of finding out what's true about the future.
Yeah, what's that?
It's a secret.
You can tell me. I won't tell nobody.
She won't tell nobody but me, preacher. She won't tell nobody but me and Betty, preacher. She won't tell nobody but Billy and Buddy and me.
I won't tell nobody.
She won't tell nobody but me. I might as well tell everybody.
Sure save me a heap of John if you would.
All right. I'll share my secret with the mother. Because it's not every day you get a chance to learn from the likes of dreams.
What's that about dreaming, preacher?
James Marshall! Why in my dreams I hear tales of tomorrow, and I feel them reaching out toward me. And it's then that I wake up, and I realize I'm dreaming about lives that are not yet even born. So that's when I get myself a rock and roll band together.
Tell it like it was. I spend my life on this train, dreaming.
skin of my sorrow for the folks and the kin who'll be moving on before long. After I finish my Fort Worth love song, my old country heart, do I must play my part in the scheme of the town, lend some light to the dark muddy river runs through. It's a Cowtown dreaming preview. Here comes tomorrow with the time taboo.
In the Cowtown dream review, spin damages the lives of me and you. Better bear back the beauty from a refuge way when the monster in the mirror starts to growl and grin. In the Cowtown dream review, Parker and a kiss upon the mouth of truth. You can see into the future if you look real closely. Underneath the tender puddles of the Tarrant County Road, the Cowtown dream review. You might even catch a glimpse of the love in you, rolling in the middle of the rocking masses, reflected in the glass among the million of passes.
And you're hungry for a rendezvous. Yes, you hungry for a rendezvous. Yes, you hungry for a rendezvous. Yes, you hungry for a rendezvous. Truce.
In the latter days, after nothing turned into something,
In the 1880s, Fort Worth's becoming a railroad center.
Bewley Mill, Bewley Best Flour.
Wholesale trade.
Joseph H. Brown and his grocery store.
Worcester Brothers.
Honey. W.C. Strickland.
1881.
What we need is a good library.
1901.
Why, thank you, Andrew Carnegie.
Opera House. Fort Worth Fire Department.
1890.
Free palace that burned to the ground. Now take me to the place.
Streetcars, take a ride on the trolley.
Como Pavilion.
Orleans Spindletop near Beaumont. 1901.
West Texas oil fields brought the real boom.
Pipeline City.
1903.
Horseless carriages.
1911.
Flying Machine. Amon G. Carter.
1914.
Breaks out of Europe.
Welcome to North Side Coliseum, home of the world's first indoor rodeo and fat stock show.
1970.
United States enters the war.
Review the ranks.
Fill in the blank. Bill Bowie. On the 100.
Many volunteering.
World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, World War III, more wars,
So there's going to be more warring in the future.
According to my dreaming. Yes.
That ain't what I call dreaming. That's nightmare.
More warring, more killing, more dying, more money.
More baby. More crying.
Sally, wait, please.
Where you going, gal?
I'm getting out of here. I don't want to live here no more.
What are you talking about, girl?
I started up here as a soldier in the army. Way back in 1849. I went through the blamed old bloody Civil War. I helped to rebuild this town into something real pretty afterwards. And now come to find out that somewhere in the future, we're going to be doing the same blame thing. And I can't stand no more soldiering. Let's be grown up now.
beyond the time of soul.
I can't wait that long. I'm leaving.
Now hold it right there, cowgirl. You think by leaving town you're gonna be leaving your troubles behind? Well, hightailing it out of here ain't gonna solve nothing. Because this world is full of troubles. Always has been. Past, present, yeah, even the future.
But you said there'd be a bunch of progress.
I know. Sometimes progress takes a right long time. You can't just slap a seed in the ground and expect it to be grown up in the next minute. It takes time. It takes cultivation. And even after that seed does begin to grow, sometimes you gotta pick them bugs off the blossom. Ain't that right, Marshall?
That's the honest truth. No matter what garden you've grown up in.
That's right!
Quite right!
Somebody scattered your brains. Change is a fact of life. You suffer the growing pains, wrestle with strain and strife. Well, I suppose it must really seem strange heeding this fool's advice. But I've been riding this range and I've seen many things. Learned a lesson or two, been my childhood adieu, and my dreams rearranged once or twice, even shouting I'm through, I'm finished, I quit. But I ain't ever come anywhere closer to the truth. No, I ain't ever felt anywhere nearer to my youth. Well, it's just as nice as any place I've found on this trail I keep stumbling down. So tell your body to shake it. The town's what you make it. Go as far and as wide as you can feel it inside. Well, look whose hands have been tied while the tree cuts the pride of the fragile mask. And then the tighter the squeezes, the greater the needs of those rodeo bums with their poor broken thumbs in a Cowtown cast. So get off of your butt, get ready, 'cause trouble is coming down. It's falling flat on you. It makes me wonder what Fort was coming to. You got the silliest notion, across the wide ocean, all the skies are blue. But they're not nearly as clear as the one hanging over the head of you. We need a moment of time before committing the crime of forgetting too soon. As with the rest of the beers, we remember the past, fading fast on the side of our years, flowing under our old Texas moon.
Hey! She's gone!
Where'd she go?
Well, I don't know, but she better not be headed toward Dallas. I'll tan her eyes. Way out the far.
say you must outgrow an old Cowtown. You say you believe that it's hard to beat. It's such a species here and hanging around. You're on the hometown league committee, and I can tell you what you can do. You can get yourself out of the world, but you can't get no wine out of you. I wanna yodel my way to heaven. I wanna yodel my way back home. I wanna throw back my head. I wanna yodel. You can do. You can get yourself out for a while, but you can't get the word out of you. I wanna go my way back home. I wanna go We'd like to invite y'all to stick around and have a few more drinks. Mr. Bruce Payne's going to sing for you for a while, and then the band will be back after we cool down a little. And we'll party hardy. So y'all stick around.
Yeah, I'll be up there.